All right. Hello, everyone. I'll get the run going and I'll start explaining after. We have plenty of time. So run will start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So Pitfall: The Lost Expedition. Lots of people don't even know this game exists in the Pitfall series. It's kind of a lost or hidden gem, if I may. Especially for the Pitfall 3D genre. This game came out in 2004, and I gotta say, for a game of its time, it is a very solid platformer. The movement is great, you have plenty of movement options. Thanks for the good luck, Stag. Thanks for the good luck, Shoku. It is very, very rich, and the reason why I offered it in a Metroidvania marathon is simply because while normally the game is pretty linear and eventually opens up to some secrets here and there, which, you know, is a little bit of the Metroidvania genre, a lot of the glitches we use just opens up the entire world. This almost becomes an open world run where the routing becomes somewhat complex and very interesting. Since I'm doing the 100% category, 100% being a little bit of a misnomer, you'll see why. Since I'm doing the 100% category, my goal is to pay all of the shamans. So shamans are some kind of vendors that can give you abilities or useful items. And to be able to afford all of those items from the shamans, I need to find all of the idols, which is what I'm collecting right now. What you've just seen me do right now is a triple jump. I'll go back to it later. There's going to be plenty more. And here's our first shamans. So if I remember correctly, there's 18 of those shamans to collect. And here's my first one. And I believe 136 idol or 140. I don't remember the actual idol count. The reason being, we actually have some kind of duplication glitch in this run. So I'll go more in details when we get to it. But basically, there will be idols that we will be able to skip. A bit later. All right, so we just got the canteen from the wrong side of the plane. Thanks for the good luck, Anne-Marielle. Thanks for the good luck, everyone. The reason being the triple jump I did at the very start. So triple jumps are not an intended mechanics. Basically, you can double jump in this game. But there's a small glitch when you roll. The moment you unroll, if you jump, you will get a bit of vertical velocity, but Harry is still going to be considered grounded, which still allows you to do your first jump already off the ground, followed by your regular double jump, which essentially acts as a triple jump. I'll do another one right here. You'll see. Oh, got hit right as I got it. This one is a bit more finicky because the ground is in a weird angle. There we go. I gotta say as well, these triple jumps are a 2-frame window trick. So every time I'm going to do a triple jump like this, that's 2 frames in a 60 FPS game. So basically 1/30th of a second. Alright, so as I was saying, I used that triple jump much earlier to use a shortcut that's intended much later in the game, skipping basically the entirety of the first pseudo-tutorial area and getting our first item, the canteen. Now, the canteen is not an item we actually need. We will never use it. The reason we need the canteen is for something that is called item management. The principle of item management is that in this game, you have to unlock the ability to go in your inventory and pull out more items. So as you can see right now, actually I'm going to take the canteen right here. So as you can see right now, I have 4 items I can use at the top right of the screen. And one of those items is pre-filled with the canteen that I just picked up. As I collect more items, more are going to go there. And once that item wheel of 4 items is full, everything else is going to go in my backpack, and I need the ability to pull it out. Casually, that's not an issue, and you are never even aware of it. Basically, the developers just don't give you the ability to swap items until you collected the intended 4th item. Just so that you don't start swapping items for no reason. You know, you're still learning the game, so may as well not overburden you, which is great casually. But as far as the speedrun go, that causes us an issue. That means that we have to be very cautious about which item we take. Here's another triple jump. Because as soon as we got 4 items, we can't take anymore. Like, everything else we take, we'll have in our inventory. But as long as we haven't unlocked the item swap, we won't be able to take it. And now some of you might be asking, okay, but then why do you take the canteen? The canteen is not used. It's absolutely useless, in fact. That's because there's another small glitch with the... actually, I'll explain that afterward. I just need to focus for this one trick. What I'm doing right now is called torch skip. Torch skip is basically skipping 2 cobwebs we're supposed to burn, so effectively not picking up the torch. It saves a lot of time. It's also very necessary for the route that we're using because of the reasons I'm explaining right now. The item, basically managing your items. All right. So there's a bug where the first 4 items, instead of just placing them in your inventory at the last available position, they also hard code those 4 items to put them at their intended position. Meaning, for example, let's say I have, I'm going to get a raft pretty soon. So let's say I have the raft in the 2nd item position. When I get the sling is intended to be your 2nd item. So the sling is going to go both as my 3rd, because that would be the empty one, and as my 2nd, effectively covering 2 item slots. And that's why the canteen is very important here, because it's going to allow me to offset where my items are placed, so I can control which items get overridden and which ones don't. Here I'm abusing Coyote Time. Coyote Time is something well known in game design where they allow you to still jump a bit after you walked off the ledge. But in this game, the Coyote Time is very extreme, so we can abuse it a lot and reach places we're not supposed to. Going around the tower like this saves about 30 seconds over pulling the lever on the other side of the tower. So it's not major, but it's a nice time save. Alright. Now torch skip that I was explaining. The reason it's important to skip torch is for the same reason it's important to pick up canteen, is to manipulate how our items appear in our inventory in a very specific manner. And now you can start seeing why I'm saying that the you can start seeing why I'm saying that the routing is very interesting in this game. 5. Just doing a bit of setup for the dark room. The biggest reason is those items, but the other big reason I would say in 100% is because of that item duplication, unquote, glitch, which I found, I believe, last year, which totally changed the category. I'll explain what I did right here. What I did right here is a cutscene respawn, which I actually found last month, I believe. It saves us doing 1 triple jump. Basically, when you touch some hazard, Harry will always respawn in his last safe standing location. But the start of cutscenes don't update that last location. So the last location, according to the game, was before I jumped down to get into the cutscene. The cutscene just gave me the dash ability. This jump is very, very hard. There we go. It's really precise. If you look at my input viewer, you could see that I need to pull back on the stick ever so slightly at the end of the jump. Shout out to J-Man and Ripper, who are basically the two top runners of this game and have done a lot of work in routing and finding strats to basically be able to go through the game. I'd say recently I've found most of the heavy, most recent strats, as well as Cicada, who might be in chat. Cicada's basically our glitch hunter god. Every time we're stuck somewhere and we're like, oh, it would be so great if we had a way to do this thing, we just call Cicada, and by the day she finds us some setup or something. Alright, kind of jank jump here. Be able to get on top of the hut without having to go all the way around. Great. So I guess I'll start talking a bit about what's the overarching goal of the run, other than, the end goal of collecting all shamans. One of the things we also need to do is beat the final boss. To beat the final boss, we need to do a sneak mission during the night, where Harry gets all of his items taken away, and it becomes kind of a Metal Gear Solid mission. For those who've played Chrono Trigger, it's exactly the same as when you get captured and you have to go through the... I don't remember the name. I don't think it's a Blackbird, but you have to go through the ship, the flying ship, to get all of your items back. It's basically the same thing. Here I'm using the roll. Whenever you roll or smash strike, you get slightly displaced into a wall. And I'm trying to use that roll and that wall displacement to be able to basically climb the wall. I'm having a bit of issue right now. I'm gonna try one more time this way. There we go. And hopefully I don't hit the loading zone. Real nice. So loading zones, I actually went through a loading zone right here. Loading zones in this game are unidirectional, so by going into the loading zone in a specific angle, I'm able to not trigger it and go through it as if it didn't exist. Blackbird sequence? Nice, I didn't remember the name. Awesome. Soon. Actually, there's going to be somewhat of a network scroller really soon. I just have a really hard trick to do here, and it's the reason we need to skip the torch. One of the reasons we need to skip the torch. So it's not this wall, it's going to be right after that. Okay, now I'm probably stuck inside the wall, and I'm going to try to roll through. There we go. The very hard trick is Early Geyser. And Early Geyser is necessary because we don't have the TNT, but we want to get the TNT as quick as we can. So we're going to go through this shortcut the wrong way around. And there we go. That can lose minutes if you fail it, if you just fall into the void. And we're going to get the raft next, and all of our items are going to be set up perfectly. Now is a great time for donations.
All right, perfect. We actually have a $15 donation, a $15.39 donation from Keishi, saying, breaking the 2K mark, let's keep it going. And that is correct. We did break the $2,000 mark, bringing our total to $2,000, $2,002.22. And we're actually just under $20 away from also hitting the milestone for Metroid hard mode. And if I know Twitch chat loves hard mode. All right, and that's it. Take it back.
All right. So as I was explaining a bit earlier, we need to do that stealth mission, but to get into that stealth mission, we need the TNT. So basically, from the very start of the game, in any percent, in hundo, in basically every category, we need to get the TNT at some point. It's a hard requirement. And usually you want to get it early because it unlocks a lot of things. TNT renders the shield and the gas mask obsolete. So there's 2 items we don't need to collect. One of the reasons I was saying that 100% is kind of a bit of a misnomer is that we don't collect everything. It's really just about the shamans and what appears in our save menu. So the percentage completion, which is story-based, so as soon as we beat the final boss, we get 100%, even if we skipped everything. All of the idols and all the shamans. Alright, Spinjas. Spinjas are extremely RNG, so I'm going to try and focus here, but I might be very unlucky. That's extremely lucky, actually. Please. Alright. Spinjas are going to go directly... Oh, wow, that's actually... That might be my best. If I don't miss this one last Spinja, that might actually be my best. Please. Alright, that's probably a gold for me. Awesome. Yeah, as I was saying, Spinjas are supposed to be the worst part of the run. Basically, Spinjas are going to try to aim for you, but if you're spinning, they're going to try to explicitly avoid you, which can be really annoying. Their movement isn't always quite the same. There's like a very small random variation. So we do have setups, but those setups aren't perfect. And, oh, actually, I'm going to go get the Explorer first. There we go. So just free him up from afar, so we don't have to wait for his animation. So yeah, Spinjas, another huge issues with Spinjas is that they tend to bounce off of you. You're not meant to beat them using breakdance. You're meant to beat them using pickaxe. And as you can see, we don't have pickaxe. We won't even get the pickaxes the intended way. So yeah, breakdance works, but it's really finicky. And if you're unlucky, they'll just keep bouncing off of you and you'll lose a ton of time. Early geyser trademark. Yeah, sorry, Steg. You're right. Alright, Penguin Den. Just putting it out there, penguins are not your friends. Penguins are mean, and they are evil. They can easily hit you for 3 damage by hitting you once, twice into the water, and the water damages you. If you're really unlucky, you can even respawn in front of a penguin, and they can just take you from full health to down to 0. Alright, so as I said, TNT renders gas mask pretty much obsolete. Here we go. Speaking of gas mask, kind of a funny story there. For the longest time, until, what, I think a few weeks ago, I think I'm frozen. No, I'm not frozen, okay. Sorry, I just looked at the stream and I didn't move. I thought I was frozen. Never mind me. Yeah, so the thing about gas mask is, for the longest time, until a few weeks ago, we've always been taking the gas mask even if we didn't need it. Simply because taking gas mask also gives you the item swap ability. There's 2 places, or at least we used to think there was 2 places in the game where you could get item swap, namely gas mask, which is the intended way, and after doing Scorpion Temple, which we don't even do anymore. I believe Scorpion Temple is just a remnant of some earlier versions of the game. But as I've learned literally a few weeks ago by accident, by routing some other categories, beating Puska, the final boss, actually gives you both the sling and item swap. So that led us to finally being able to skip the gas mask, and I'll let you know once we're there so you can see what the gas mask skip looks like. Please cooperate, scorpions. Thank you. So penguins are not your friends, however scorpions are. This is faster than going through the dark area again. Also, it's necessary to do it at least once for this one explorer. So I'm going to take my TNT. I'm going to try to aim it right here. I think I was a bit too high. I need to blow up this rock that contains an idol a bit early. So I'm going to take the time loss and just do it closer down here. By the way, for the Pitfall runners that are in the chat right now, you will be seeing the new gas mask route. And that's why I needed to blow up this thing. Alright, all that being said, now for the reason why 100% is probably the best category right now, and it used to be one of... I mean, it was fine, but there was a huge section that sucked. There used to be a section in Hundo where you had to do... So there's 5 idols locked behind 5 minigames. Those 5 minigames, they used to take about half an hour to do. Or maybe 25 minutes at the top level for top runners. So it's basically half an hour of just doing minigames. Ooh, that's a bad jump. I'll do it again. It's kind of a precise one. So I need to dash to have enough speed, then double jump right on the branch, and then jump on the next branch after that, which I'll focus on doing. Alright. This I shouldn't have failed. There we go. Alright. It's still not over. I still need to blow up this door early. Okay, or not. There we go. So yeah. So as you can imagine, doing those mini games really wasn't fun. And you could lose a lot of time. It was super RNG, super finicky, really jank. Like, it was not fun. So I actually found a way to collect 6 extra idols, and they are right here. So this idol, you are meant to collect it, and this explorer that I'm about to get, you are meant to collect it. However, you are not meant to be in the day version of this map this early. Basically, there's a night version and there's a day version. The night version is supposed to be the first one you encounter when you get caught and you have to escape. The day version is supposed to be after you got caught and you escaped. And then you can come back, you know, anytime you want. The thing that I realized, however, is that these are actually 2 different maps. It's not that they loaded different assets in both maps. By the way, that's one of the hardest triple jumps in my opinion. You have to really hug the wall, otherwise because you have to stay behind an invisible wall. So, yeah. As I was saying, I realized that these are 2 different maps, which means that the idols that you see in both maps are actually different idols. They don't have the same ID or whatever. They are not programmed so that if you collect one, the other disappears. The programmers just plop down 2 idols because you're supposed to see them, but you're not supposed to be able to collect them yet. So you're just supposed to see the idol in the night mode and say, oh, okay, when I get my TNT back, I'll go and explode the crate and get the idol, right?
Gonna need some kind of shield to get past.
So what we do is that we just during the nighttime when you're not supposed to get them, we use the pickaxes to phase through the wall and get them anyway. So that's 1 idol. The 5 others are from the explorer. You can access the explorer both from daytime and nighttime. So they did think about the fact that if you collect the explorer during nighttime, it shouldn't be there during daytime, right? Makes sense. Okay. They didn't do it the other way around. They didn't bother to do it the other way around. So if I go there during the day first, I can collect the explorer, may as well collect the idol at the same time, get out, keep doing the run as I was supposed to do. So I did a huge detour just to come back here. Set the flag that says I'm going to have to do the sneak mission, and then come back here and do the sneak mission and collect the idols again. And that saves an enormous amount of time. It saves about 35 minutes in total, because not only do I not have to do the native games, but this also allowed us to reroute a lot of other areas of the game with less idols. I'm gonna get this jump one day, don't worry.
In the meantime, would I have time for an announcement?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. A donation first. We had a donation from Stega Root Beer with $220.
Damn!
Amazing. Thank you so much. And that also means we unlocked Metroid hard mode. Get some claps in the chat. Let's go.
Nice. That's going to be a really good run. Oof.
Oh,
Almost fell here. You can keep going if you have more.
Oh, perfect. Well, I just want to say that we do have another milestone coming up, and we're actually only under $30 away, which is the Axiom Verge Randomizer hard mode. And again, like I said, Twitch chat, if I know anything about a Twitch chat, is that they like hard mode.
I can't triple jump.
God, I believe in you.
No! Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Please. I had it. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. There's just times like this. Like I said, 2-frame jump, and the fact that I was in a slope also makes it a bit harder because I have to adjust my velocity. But it doesn't usually take me like 20 tries, 3 at most. You know, that's fine. It happens. I'm almost done with triple jumps anyway, because I'm going to get the Rising Strike ability pretty soon, which will give me about as much height as a triple jump. Less distance, but about as much height. I can't still make world record. Did you see Ripper's last record? He did like last week? I'm not gonna beat that. Not with this run. Ripper and J-Man, as I mentioned earlier, are really great players. Ripper has been grinding down 100%, which is his favorite category. I did have the record for all categories except any percent at one point, but that is also due to the fact that I did discover the Quantum Idols glitch, basically the idols duplication. Which, you know, saving over 35 minutes kind of helped getting a record. Oh gosh, I'm going to have issues with this roll jump as well. I am. Alright. You know what? Let's do the other way. There we go. Let's just pretend nothing happened here. There we go. Alright. And we're through. Yeah, sometimes you just get all of your triple jumps first try, and sometimes you really don't. It happens. Just have to like stop, think for a bit, and think back about the timing that you're supposed to have, because you keep want to go faster, and eventually just offset your timing.
Wake up!
Right, here's another shaman. Can buy whatever from him. Soon enough, the next 3 shaman, I'll need to be cautious about what I buy. I need to buy Smash Strike pretty soon. Otherwise, I'm going to be forced to use my TNT for something that I could use Smash Strike for, which would be slower. And here is a recent improvement by J-Man, actually. There we go, so I can clip slide in the ground, roll, be inside the ground, and... there we go. Just jump around directly into the trigger. So this guy, Leech, he's going to give us a fake torch. So this torch, as soon as it's in my inventory, like right now, it no longer exists. So I didn't actually get the torch. Oh, I should have mentioned earlier, something like this happened with the raft. The way I got the raft is, as soon as you're done with the mountains that run, the game automatically gives you the raft, even if you didn't have it before. This also happens with the sling right before Puska. Here, they don't actually give you the torch, they just put it in Harry's hand for the cutscene, and you get to keep it in your hand until you put it away. That's how we used to do the ice wall clip. We just burned the TNT using that torch. But nowadays, it's so much slower. The reason I talk to Leech is because I have to talk to him to trigger the Explorer existing. So normally the Explorer exists, but you're not able to, like, he won't react to you, you're not able to collect his idol until you talk to Leech and spawn all of the enemies. However, Leech also gives you Dive, and Dive is not an ability that we like. Dive sucks. What Dives does is that if you dash and jump immediately after, you're going to do a dive. This sounds great on paper because it allows you to reach much far areas like this, and sometimes we can use it to go faster. However, it happens so often that we try to dash, wait, double jump, and we dive by accident. I want my health here. Or that we try to dive, press it too late, and just accidentally fall into a pit or something. So dive really isn't fun, and Hundo is the only category that still uses dive. It's technically, I think 2 months ago I found that it's technically possible to skip dive, but it's much slower. If you mess around with the order of the flags of the game. Here's an example of trying to dash double jump. If I dive, I don't reach the rock. Oops, sorry, sir. Give me your idols. Trying to think if there's something else very important I forgot to talk about. Quantum idols, I did talk about this, right? You know, so I think most of the like very heavy rotting things have been talked about. Oh no, yeah, there's one more. Scorpion Temple. Basically, we skip all of the temples. Scorpion Temple was the last one to stand because it gave us both pickaxes and item swap, and there's also one idol hidden behind Scorpion Temple, and because of that one idol we had to do Scorpion Temple, which used to take about 3 minutes or more. So since we have six extra idols, we use 5 of those to totally skip the native games. Smash Strike now. And we use 1 of those to skip the Scorpion Temple entirely. So remember I was saying Gas Mask? See this hole? That's the Gas Mask fight. So how do I skip Gas Mask now? I just did. This is how we skip Gas Mask. I know, very complicated skip. How did we not think about that for years and years? You know, seriously, as I was explaining sooner, that's because Gas Mask has the item swap. And we didn't realize until very, very, very recently that beating Puska gives you item swap. So to skip Gas Mask, we just had to do literally nothing.
Thank you.
Like, it changes some small things during the route, but it's really minor. Alright. One more triple jump. There we go. And I believe that's the last one. By the way, it's very possible that I do skip or miss an idol, an explorer, or a shaman. Shaman, I wouldn't think so, but more likely an explorer and idol. If that happens, depending on how much time I have left on my estimate, I will go back and get it to properly finish the run. Here's a small improvement by Ripper. When you collect the mystery item, there's normally a prompt that appears right afterward. But if I'm quick enough, which I might... No, never mind. So see what I was talking about, trying to dive and missing your dive? Yeah. Please. So I tried to dive over the croc and get into this water. If you get into the water before the prompt appears, you're gonna skip it and save a few seconds. Sadly, dive got the better of me and I just fell into the croc. Alright, so here's some electric eels. There is a specific path we take to avoid getting hit. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Because it's not like skill-based or anything, it's really just I need to remember where to go. There we go, perfect. And now here's one of the first area of the games you're supposed to do after the initial jungle. So here you get to learn about like why people came here, where they are. Bitten Binder, which is one of the NPC that's talking right now, tells you to go find all of the crew that's been lost. We kind of skipped all that. So you're supposed to free. So we talked to Leech earlier, but we're supposed to free him right here. We're not. We're just not gonna free him. He's gonna stay in his plane forever. To be honest, Leech is kind of a jerk and he deserves it. So we can stay there. Right, a bit of out of bounds timing. So we can get to one of the last areas of the game. From one of the first to one of the last. This is supposed to be a secret that's unlocked at the very, very end. After you've done all 4 temples. Where you talk to the Princess Mickey, which we didn't even save. And she tells us, okay, so you know, this shaman is actually the big bad guy. You gotta go stop him. Sinclair, your nemesis from expeditions past, he has the last talisman that you needed, so you need to go get him. So Harry has a very genius plan of getting caught and stealing back the artifact. That's what we're gonna go do right now. In any percent, that's one of the very first thing you would do. You would do this, and then you'd go get the TNT, go to the camp, and go to the final boss immediately.
The Spanish were about to invade our... You are the...
Walls very much are a suggestion, except for one specific wall. There's one wall in this game that is not a suggestion, and... Actually, I think that's a good time to talk about it. There is a bounty up for finding any way to skip that wall, or even anything that could help us understand what's going on there. The wall that I blew up in front of... just got Rising Strike and Sling, by the way. So the wall I blew up in front of Sinclair's expedition camp, you can actually get in the camp without blowing it up. But if you go out, if you go back out the camp, you're gonna get stuck on that wall, because every time you go through a loading zone, there's going to be a small cutscene where Harry walks, and he's going to walk into the wall and never finish the cutscene. So you're basically soft locked, and that would save astronomical amount of time in all categories. I think best case scenario would save 10 to 15 minutes in any percent. So when I say that there's a bounty for it, I've officially put on a $200 bounty through a website called Speedrun Bounties. But even outside of that, like, official bounty, I know a lot of people in the community are ready to put down money if that's found. Cicada, J-Man, Ripper, they are all ready to put quite a bunch of money on it. I need to ask them again to make sure how much. I need to update, you know, the proper bounty number. But yeah, it's basically the barrier skip of this game. Other than that, there's something close enough that could be quite useful. It's called Fall Through Ground. And Fall Through Ground is something we don't understand. Sometimes when you go through a loading zone, you'll just fall through the ground randomly, and you can hit things that are underneath. So if there's a water plane, you can hit the water plane, loading zones, etc. It seems to be very consistent based on the routes. What I mean by that is that certain routes, so the old any percent route would 90% of the time fall through ground at the same exact area. This new 100% route always falls through ground at the exact same area when you do. Sadly, I didn't earlier, so I couldn't have shown it. Whoops. Well, here's Dive screwing me up again. Alright. Here, I'm going to go do what is supposed to be the very first boss fight of the game, except the introduction Jaguar. So this is the introduction to Sinclair. Sadly, the only way to break those pillars is the sling. Just like the button that I hit on the tree to lower the water level, this is hard-coded to only be hit by this sling. Which is sad because that's also where... which is sad because that's also where you get the torch. And if we could break those pillars in any other way, we could skip the sling to actually get the torch, which would also be great for routing, but sadly that's not going to happen. I see new people in chat. Hello everyone.
As soon as I...
Would now be a good time for some donations.
Yeah, actually, because I'm going to have a huge run back where I'm just running and nothing special happens.
All right, perfect. We have a $33.33 donation from 2,222.22 breaker with with $11.11. My bad. I was reading the comment. The comment was 33.33. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. You got me on that one. We have another donation from Shadow Insignius with $20 saying and
Am I being too technical for you?
No.
I hope not. No, but for real, if you guys in chat have any questions, feel free to ask. If I'm missing it, Kathleen, feel free to
Hey, no
ask me
problem.
twice.
Sounds good. And another donation from Anonymous with $20. No comment. Thank you, Anonymous. And that means we also reached Axiom Verge Randomizer hard mode. Chat, I knew you liked hard mode. I knew it. But that's going to be quite the ride. Thank you very much, everybody. Keep going with those donations. We're almost at $2,300. Let's see that by the end of this run. I really hope we get to see that. It's not that far. Come on.
I'm going to interrupt you quickly. Here, the idol I'm trying to get is one of two idols where you have to do a certain amount of things or find a certain amount of things to unlock. Here I have to find all of the birds hidden in specific bushes. So that's why I'm going around. I could have done this earlier, but now that I have dash, it's much faster. Oops. Please fall down. Thank you.
If I may interject real quick.
All right.
You know, the 22222 breaker is the hero we need, not the one we deserve.
True that.
True.
Right,
Right,
taking out
sometimes
the
people
torch.
they get way too attached to that number, right? So it's hard to break it. So someone just has to, you know.
Right.
People really like even numbers, I heard.
Well, you know, the nice thing about it is that we can get it again.
True.
You know, maybe not as well. I don't know if we can get as many twos. Was there 6 twos?
We never went. Yeah, that was 6 twos, including the cents. But I think the most did we get at the Pitfall event? Did we get 22,222 and 22 cents? Because that would be as many twos as we've ever gotten.
I don't remember, but I'm sure someone could look it up.
We get a fact check.
See.
All right. So the reason I turned the tower earlier in the on my second trip here was so I could get this shaman much faster. Now I can just jump from here. Kind of a scary jump. And go over here, collect the idol. Perfect. Right, my bad, I got lost for a second there. I forgot to split a bunch, so I looked at my split to make sure I didn't forget anything, and it was way back. Hooray for photo splitters. They are both a saving and a curse. They are great, but then you get so used to them that you just start forgetting to split every time you don't have one. Alright, so I'm still on my way back to St. Clair. Gonna do the scorpion jump again. If they corporate, it should be faster than going through the dark... Ah, there we go. The dark cavern. Alright. And now remember what I said. So I'll mention something I said earlier just so you guys can really see what I meant. You can probably see how right now I have 2 slings. That's because my 4th slot was free, so the sling went there. But it's also hard-coded to be the second item you're supposed to get, so it also went into the 2nd slot. And the fact that we don't have item switching is going to be very important right here. And that's the reason I had to break up a lot of things early in this camp. Because I'm going to pick up the TNT, but I'm not going to be able to use it to get out. Right, so here's the Explorer. So that's the Quantum Explorer. He was not supposed to be there considering I already got him from the daytime, but, you know, it didn't account for that. So these guys not only are kind of blind, but they have a really slow reaction time. So most of the time I can just run into their face and hit him. And they won't see me.
So, I hear people around here wanted some fact-checking.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, so here's the dealio. As a matter of fact, at our last event in March for Les Petits Rois, we didn't get $22,222.22 because we were at $21,261 cents. No, $21,261.17, and someone came in with a $1,000 donation, skipping right past it.
Oh, you hate to see it, but you love to see it all at once.
Exactly, which means it's still up for grabs.
Oh, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna explain what I just did right there. Huge shout outs to Cicada. The Quantum Idols route I found would not be possible without this glitch. This absolutely opened up the 100% route. Pickaxes just go through walls. There's nothing more to it. You just spin and you go through walls, basically. Oh, here's what I was saying earlier. I need to go. I need to stay inside of the invisible wall. This is actually not the only way I have to do this. So if I'm having issues with triple jump, I'll do it the slower way. Great. Am I stuck? No, I'm not. Okay. I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can do it, I'm going to do it the way we do in any percent. Alright, there we go. Just make sure I don't fall on the left side. I could still get caught here, so I need to be very cautious. I can't walk or run too close to the monkey. There's a cage on the left, and there's a monkey inside. If I wake up the monkey, I go back to the start, and I really don't want that. Alright, so let's hit this guy, put the mask on, go to the gas, torch.
Looks like the remains of a fire.
And now I'm pretty much home free.
Yeah.
So yeah, pickaxes.
Yeah.
We found quite a few places where basically they allow you to go through any flat or down slanted wall in the game, like any of those walls, which is pretty much most of them. However, it's kind of slow. So for most places, we have found alternatives to pickaxe. But still, when we found them, it really blew open the category. So now I blew up this wall earlier. So now I can go get the idol. As you can see, I don't have access to the TNT I just collected, so yeah. Right. Oh, I forgot to blow this up. Can they spot me? No. Okay, I'm going to have to go around the long way. The skipping gas mask route is very new, so there's some things I'm not quite used to. For example, the fact that I'm supposed to blow this statue up early. I'm going to have to go the long way, go around, and actually jump from the top. There we go, like this. And there we have it. Bit of a time loss, but it's not too bad. The croc. And now I don't have to triple jump here because I finally got Rising Strike. I'll equip the torch first. So the cavern is already lit up. And I'll go on the right side so I can jump from a rock to the ladder, saving a bit of climbing time. Beyblade, basically. Right, and now we run to the final boss. This is not going to be the end of the run. In all Shaman, it is expected from the game that you beat the final boss and then you complete everything you have to collect. So using that mindset, we don't restrict the category to absolutely finish on beating the final boss, which is also great for routing because we can just do it as we go in front of the entrance. So we're going to do it now, collect a few idols, and then get back out. I believe this is about the halfway point in the run. Well, a bit more if I look at my timer. But as far as routing goes, it's the halfway point. Right. Fun fact, these guys, and it's not the only part of the game that works like this. These guys only spawn if you have the pickaxe. There's a lot of places in the game where whether something spawn or not is based on which items you have on you, because the game expects you to have them by then, which is a questionable way of doing it. All right, this guy again. So now he's going to be a lot more aggressive. Oh, that's bad. He's going to be a lot more aggressive. A bit slow for the first half of the fight. He can also stun lock you, which is really, really bad. If my spin kicks could go through, thank you. All right, now it's halfway point. He's going to be a lot more aggressive. I might actually die here. Yeah. Sometimes there's just not much you can do. Got a fair bit of damage. All right, okay. Now I'm just going to jump and spin kick, and it should always hit him. There we go. All right, final boss. The final boss, its patterns are not random. They are very predefined based on the... that was too fast. Actually, I'm going to die and just restart the boss. Fastest way to die should be those lamps. So yeah, his pattern is predefined based on the round you're on. So we do have a setup to be able to easily hit him all 4 rounds and not have to then deal with really bad RNG. I'm just going to start this over again. There we go. I aimed way too far to the right the first time. Oh, I think that's all. Yeah. Really? That's unfortunate. Not sure how to deal with that properly. Sometimes your pillar just doesn't get any distance. This fight is very, very, very physics based. So to aim up high, you actually have to wait and let the pillar fall on you. And now I have to improvise. Shoot, so much for dying to restart the first round. Okay, it's actually well placed. I should be fine for the next few rounds. The worst one is really round 4. Because round 4 has a very, very bad attack that can one-shot you. And he can go so high you really just can't hit him. It can be kind of a bad Puska fight, but as long as I get this hit, I should be fine. Oh, that was way too high. Can still get it. Alright. Okay, saved it. It wasn't a great Puska fight, but it wasn't... Well, actually it was terrible because I had to restart it, but my second try wasn't terrible. I had to improv a lot. The worst that could happen is if you softlock the boss. If you hit him too fast, you can actually softlock him. And then you just have to restart the entire fight anyway. Alright, so now we collect this one idol. And this one item. So now I can swap my items. Here we go. Let's blow these up. Also, where is he going? Dude just jumps off the tower. Thank you for saving me. Like, the camera tries to be in a position where you don't really question yourself, but I mean, he clearly just jumped off. Anyway. So now we are we're completely done with jungle except the very, very, very start of the game, which we're going to do last. Here we go. Technically, there's two jungle area in the. Sorry. Technically, there's two jungle areas. There's the native region. There's a certain name I don't remember, and there's the jungle area. There's also caverns and mountains. So right now I'm going to do bad decisions and try to jump on this ice block. Right now I'm going to go do caverns next, followed by mountains, and I'll use a shortcut to fall back onto the jungle. These penguins are being mean right now. Something which sucks with dive that I haven't mentioned yet is that I cannot dash here. Because if I dash, I run the risk of accidentally diving. And if I dive into a penguin, it's bad news. So it's better to just take this one area slow and make sure I don't die because of penguins. There we go. This penguin right there could have killed me. If he hit me twice, he would have pushed me into the water, and I'd have to restart that entire area. Fun fact about the idol I'm about to get, you can actually use your raft right here and do a really high raft jump onto the platform. I am not able to do that. I've seen Ripper do it once during a run. I cannot mash fast enough to do that. So I'm just going to go around the slow way and... yeah. I believe Ripper is the only one who's ever pulled it off. Alright, this ice wall, however, I can skip by simply jumping from this totem up onto this ledge. Oh, something I just realized that I didn't talk about, which is quite unusual as far as controls go for this game. I'm using the C-sticks for items. So you'll see my hand will move around in a second, like this. So I'm actually using C-sticks for items, pulling back on the sling, throwing TNT, moving the torch, using pickaxes, all kind of things like that. Whenever Harry's using two hands, like when he's climbing or swimming with the raft, I'm using both joysticks at once. So the camera is actually controlled with the L and R button, as you may or may not have noticed. This is quite unusual, I think, in 3D games. Most will use the C-stick or the right stick for camera. But I gotta say, once you get used to it, it's actually really good. Because it allows you to keep both thumbs available for actions. Oh, I got sniped. That's unlucky. It allows you to keep both of your thumbs for actions and movement, and actually control at the same time the camera on both directions. And if you press both of the camera buttons, you actually get a snap forward, kind of like in most Zelda games when you press the Z target with no enemies. As I mentioned at the very, very start of the run, the movement in this game is great. It's really satisfying. You get a lot of options. There's a lot of nuance to the movement. Something, for example, something that's very small, but you really gotta notice is... Did I miss one? Give me one moment, I need to go back. I may have missed one guy. No, I don't think so. Yeah, so something that you may not have... Oh, there he is. Something you may not have noticed is that sometimes I'll double jump and sometimes I'll spin kick. There's a huge difference between double jumping and spin kicking. mainly that while you're spin kicking, you won't grab ledges, but you also won't bump. So if there's a really low ceiling, you might actually want to spin kick so you don't bump. But if you want to ledge grab something close to you, you actually want to double jump instead. Spin kicking is also used to sometimes to go back down to the ground really quick. So if we have a very, very small ledge to jump over, we may spin kick over it. While jumping would take more time. When you jump in this game, the double jump doesn't give you any more height. It just allows you to keep your current height. So you basically float in place for the duration of the double jump. Negative notes. I'm keeping extra health for later. Right, so this guy should just miss me. Oh, or he's gonna get me, but that's fine. I can hit him. So just like the birds earlier, where I had to find all the birds to get an idol, I have to beat all of the snow boulders to get an idol here. Oh, really? Right in between. If he hit a wall, that allows me to beat him faster, like this. This guy I'm gonna try to spin, didn't work. Fortunate. This guy I'm gonna hope he'll run right into this block. Back to the first two. Got one. Got two, perfect. By the way, little fun fact, the penguin temple is right here, but as I said, we're skipping all of the temples. Right. So we're just going to basically face through the door. Once again, we could use the pickaxes to go through the door, but there's a faster way. By the way, if you have donations, we'll be doing the mountain slide again soon, so you can keep them for that that time.
All right, perfect.
Nice. So yeah, Valley of Spirit. You're supposed to break open all, I think, 7 levers and pull them, which brings 7 spirits, 5 or 7, I don't remember, to the door to open it. But we're just, you know, not gonna do that. Here's a health refill. I will take it. Because I'm potentially going to take a lot of damage really soon. Which is one of the reasons I'm keeping a health refill from the shaman. Actually, it's a health upgrade, but it acts as a health refill as well. So Ekeko Ice Cavern is basically Alibaba's cavern. There are so many idols in here. It's crazy. And sadly, you also need the TNT to get in here. You can actually get in the caverns without TNT, but just like the camp, if you get out, you get stuck in the door. I've actually had a fall through ground exiting this zone, so I know that fall through ground cannot help us here. So we'd have to have some kind of glitch that disable the collision on the wall, which is actually possible. That's something that I've seen happen a bunch of times. I have a document, I have an Excel sheet somewhere, actually a Google sheet, where I have recorded all of the weird and rare pitfall glitches. So, you know, if some of you feel like, if some very technical people feel like understanding the game and seeing why sometimes items lose collision or why we just randomly fall through ground, be my guest. As I said, there's a pretty substantial bounty for it. Oh, I missed the spinches. So there's a ton of spinches here, and that's the reason why I might actually get hit a lot. I tried to hit the spinches to beat them as fast as I can, but I did miss some. Alright, not too bad. The other reason I might take a lot of damage is the penguins outside. Link disagrees if you're loaded Ice Cavern, yeah. I wish. Well, Ice Caverns can be loaded, it's the wall that's the issue. And as I mentioned earlier, it's possible that these kinds of glitch are, you know, related to the memory. Basically the very same way the first barrier skip was found. Or I guess one of the first barrier skip was found. Because it always acts the same if you do the same route, or very close to. Right, go through the door. Once again, could have used the pickaxes, but that's much faster. We don't see a lot of those in 100%, so I'll explain what I just did. I did a smash strike displacement. So earlier I talked about how if I roll, I'm slightly into the wall, which allows me to climb some walls or even get through some walls. Or through the floor sometimes. Smash strike has a much more powerful displacement than rolling does. So if we can get stuck falling, where we don't like hard hit the ground when we smash strike, we actually get displaced slightly into it, which lets us go through certain walls and certain floors. I'm going to go on the left side of this ice wall, because if I pickaxe fast enough, which I didn't, with a very specific rhythm, by the way, that rhythm has nothing to do with the visual pickaxe, so you just have to know the rhythm. If you do fast pickaxes, Harry tends to go up right, so I start on the left for that reason. And this region... Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall. Yeah. I'll do it again. This region, Kopakenchi Lake, you're supposed to press 3 buttons, open a huge thing in the middle, use your sling to hit some targets, and basically you're supposed to do a lot of stuff that takes a lot of time. Or you can just take the idols you need, and we used to go through the door with 2 very slow ways, but some new runners actually found this thing. I don't remember who found it. I know there's runners in chat right now. If you remember who found it, it would be great, so I can credit them appropriately. But yeah, there you go. You can just go through the wall and go behind the door. What we used to do way back in the day was climb one of the walls, use the raft, swim behind. Then when we found the fact that pickaxes can go through any wall, we would just go through the door. And now there's this way, which is even faster. Alright, if there is any donation, now would be the best time.
Alright, well, we don't have any donations, but we do have some incentives coming up with another Axiom Verge Randomizer milestone for Boss Rush, which is at $2,500. We're pretty close, so I think we can hit that. We also have an upcoming bid war for Save the Animals or Kill the Animals with... It seems like Save the Animals is in the lead, so if you want to make that change at any point, now's your time. Get those donations in.
See, I agree with saving Myla, but please save the frames. Animals are not sentient bugs. It's okay.
Save the animals. That's all we want.
Oh, real nice. So, since it's the second time I go here, the door is already open, and I don't need to get the shaman because I already got it. So what I try to do is jump right inside the door to slide on the snow and not have to slowly swim in the water. Spinjas, let's just ignore them this time. Not dealing with them again. Right. This dude, which we kept for later. Sure, let's buy first link. What I buy now really doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to keep one health upgrade for Cavern actually. So right now. To jungle, then to caverns. I need to not accidentally use the teleporter 3 times. Otherwise, I'll be back to my starting position. Alright, Cavern Teleporter. Great. We can actually open this door from the other side, is what is intended. Sorry, oh. English. You can open this door from the other side. It is what's intended to happen. That's how you're supposed to open up the teleporters, which are shortcuts. But from the wrong side, you can either use your TNT or just crouch and let the enemy that's on the other side of the wall throw a TNT on you. A bit too slow. If you're fast enough, you can get up here before the lift blocks you. Alright, here's where I want my extra health. Because these guys are real snipers and they can be extremely annoying. Luckily, I haven't really gotten hit so far. And then there's Eyes of Doom and a bunch of other things where I could lose a bunch of health without any heal. So getting more health, any full heal here is really good. Alright. Nothing too special here, we're just going to avoid the porcupine and free an explorer. I'll use this time, since there's a bit of movement and not much happening, to mention that there is a Pitfall speedrunning Discord. Actually, it's more so a Pitfall Discord nowadays, because there are a lot of speedrunners on it, but there are also a lot of people who just enjoy the game, who have played it when they were young. You know, they like the game, they like to talk about it. There's Lich Hunters, people who are ripping assets, making cool projects with them. Still, huge shout out to Shadowrun on that.
Slide down.
You know, there's projects of custom texture that I'm thinking about. A task which I might want to do by next year. So you know, if you wanna keep yourself updated with all of that, if you just enjoy the game that I'm running right now, or even if you'd like to run it yourself, there is the Pitfall Speedrunner Discord. I'm gonna ask, but I'm pretty sure we can post the link to that. Should be fine, right?
I'm sure we can find out very quickly if we can get a link for that.
Hey, Ripper, how are you doing? You know, fun little fact. I actually was not supposed to be running this today. In fact, I was not supposed to be running at all this marathon. I got contacted last minute. Some runner couldn't make it, so you know, NoReset had to find something to do for an hour 40, which I guess my run was just about the right time. So I appreciate thinking about me to fill in for that. But yeah, So, you know, I'm a little bit rusty on some things, but if it wasn't for that, I would have highly suggested, you know, a Ripper to be here and be running today. Ripper is absolutely great. He's a really great player, and he's like a great person in that he helps new people learn the game a lot. I'd say pretty much everyone in this community is really passionate about this game. And everyone for their own reasons. If I called Cicada our, you know, glitch master or glitch god or whatever earlier, Ripper is the same thing, but for... I could have come up there. Sorry, Ripper, I don't remember the most optimal way of doing this. I know you taught me, sorry. Alright. Yeah, Ripper is the one who's really great about doing routing. He basically knows almost everything on the tip of his tongue. Has, from what I heard, he has like an Excel sheet of like which idols you can and cannot take if you want to have enough of them to be able to route. Anyway, routing with him is really interesting. Alright, by the way, there was skipping the Scorpion Temple. I would have had to pull 2 more levers, go inside Scorpion Temple, do the Scorpion fight, lose about 3 minutes or so, go into another zone where we would... I'm gonna get the health here. Where we would then get 1 idol. So, you know, all of that for 1 idol. But luckily, as I explained earlier, with Quantum Idol, we can just skip all that. I would like to be able to see what I do. There we go.
Gotcha.
And you know, otherwise I would, if I would still have been the one to run that game, I would have invited Ripper on the couch commentary. Oh shoot. Should be able to save this. There we go. All right.
Do I have time for one little donation?
Absolutely.
Sure thing. Speaking of Ripper, we have a $20 donation from Ripper saying, "Glad I'm around to catch the run. Best of luck, bud."
Thank you.
Thank you, Ripper.
All right, here's another area where dive absolutely sucks. You have to do a really late jump here. And if you dive by accident, you're not going to make it. Here as well, I could dash to go faster, but I'm not gonna. Simply because I'm a bit too scared of accidentally diving off the ledge.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, I did actually show the any percent run of Pitfall a bit earlier. Well, by a bit earlier, I mean in terms of years. In a previous marathon is what I meant. And I actually had Ripper and J-Man on commentary, which was great. Sadly, as we said, that this was a bit of a last-minute thing, so didn't quite have time to, you know, ready ourselves up to say, "Hey, wanna comment for this run that you didn't know about?" Here, if you don't mash fast enough, you're not gonna skip the cutscene. It's weird, I don't know why. But if you mash A, you'll skip the cutscene. If you don't, you lose the ability to skip it. Alright, get this idol. Then jump backwards because the pitfall opens behind me. By the way, Pitfall, you know, the name of the game, that's what they are. We've barely seen any. Oh, the snipe again. All right.
And someone from NoReset just posted the Pitfall Discord link.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Casey.
Cavern, Vacancy Lake. I should go to jungle next. Sham. Oh, I think I did that the other way around. Not possible. Did I? I think I did mountain before I did cavern, didn't I? I mean, it's not a big deal as long as I'm not forgetting anything else. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I went through Mountain Sled Run twice. Now I just finished Cavern. Yeah, alright, so optimally I'm supposed to do Cavern first, but I don't know. Apparently I didn't. It's not too bad. Like I said, the routing in this game is pretty open. Once you got the TNT.
Leech wasn't.
Oh, I know what's happening. I'm getting confused with... I've did a lot of different categories lately, and I got confused with those different categories. So I did not need to get the raft right here, because I already had the raft. What I wanted to do is get this shaman and get the explorer that's way up there. So little time loss here. That's fine. Alright, so cavern notes. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Like I said, if I am, I'll just look at the heroic book and run back to what I missed. So now we are slowly going back to the start to get the explorer I forgot. Alright. Okay, apparently I need to use the pickaxes here. Not something I usually need to do. There we go. Alright, we're back on track. So yeah, we started having unofficial categories, and some of those unofficial categories, you know, became a bit more official by people actually playing them. So I've been grinding a lot of those new categories, mainly Lichless and All Temples. All Temples is basically like all dungeons in a Zelda game. Since now we do skip all temples in both any percent and a hundo, it did make sense. It also makes for a very interesting category that does a lot of things that others don't. And you know, glitchless because glitchless. Alright, so that should be done. Now I actually need to use my raft and get out of here. Lake, Shaman, blah, Poncho Shrine. Please. Alright. Hopefully I don't hit any of these rocks. The reason we want to finish this area with the Cavern Lake is because there's a shortcut to go back to the start of the game, which we conveniently left. Also because the reason we don't do the start of the game at the start is because we need the torch for one explorer. And the most convenient time to get that torch is, well, to use that torch is basically right now. So, get those two idols. Do a ritual minigame, free the explorer, and we should be done after that if I did not forget anything. Oh, by the way, Ripper, I don't know since when you're here, but I'm doing the new skipping gas mask route. Alright, so here's the last shaman we'll buy. Of course, we can't buy him now because we don't have the idols. There we go. Oh, that hurts. Got greedy there. Alright. So this entire area is supposed to serve as a tutorial to tell you, okay, so you can roll under things, there's switches in this game, there's pitfalls, there's enemies, you know, all of that kind of things. So here's a small improvement found by Ripper. Let's burn the web now, so we don't have to wait for it later. And I already have the torch out. Let's get this guy. We also tend to route when we need to pull out items or do things like item swapping, because it does eat a bit of time. Eat up. I mean, it takes a bit of time, so it eats up in your possible time saves. Ledge grabbing accidentally does as well. All right, retro mini game.
Time to get my game on.
Right, so start. This might be a game you recognize. Whoops. Uh-oh. Now I'm going to be off cycle. This is bad. Yeah. So we have this very specific cycle we do. I'm gonna wait on the crocs because of that. Sure. I'll go back. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's kind of a run killer, huh, Ripper? I can't tell you the amount of world records that were lost to these crocs.
These crocs seem like pain.
As long as I don't hit the snake, I should be fine. All right. I'll wait because I don't know what cycle I'm on, so I really don't want to hit the pitfall. Oh man, not even. Yeah. Yeah. Right, and now I hope I'm done. We'll see. So I might be calling time very soon. Actually, how much? I think I got about 7 minutes if I forgot an idol. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Whoops. Slow ledge grab. Alright. Maybe time soon.
Wake up!
Alright. No, I'm missing one!
No.
So that would have been time. Okay, let's try to fix it real quick. I do have a bit of extra time just for that. Map. Oh shoot. Right, can be mountain overlook. Is it dam? No. Is it no, can't be teleport. Caverns? No.
It's one of
Crystal
these.
caverns. Eyes of Doom?
Where is
No.
it? Can we
Scorpion
find it?
Temple shouldn't be. Alright, so it's not here. Heart of the Jungle, maybe. Jungle Canyon, it's not.
Oh no.
Runes.
Oh, when
shouldn't be.
it's like the last puzzle piece to a it's like the last puzzle piece.
Yeah, gates can be. Firebomb. No, I got him. Ladder of Miles. No, there's none here. A Mallow Tower. There could be. No, okay. Battered Bridge. Oh shoot. Jungle Trail. No.
Where is
Hidden
that
Binders?
pesky idol?
Maybe I'll have time. Maybe I won't. Depends how quick I can find it. Oh wow. Mouth. Oh, I
Oh,
got
there's
that
a
one.
lot of places.
There are a lot of places.
Jeez.
Oh shoot. Okay, I think that's all of these are actually Puncho Shrine. No, there's one more. Chameleon Temple. There's none here. Crash Site Jungle. I did. Oh boy.
We'll find it.
I'll try Native Territory. Headquarters. No. Fort maybe. No. So that's how some runs can die.
I can
And Native
see.
Village, there can't. There's none here. Jungle Teleporter can't. Twin Outposts? No. Sinclair? Hopefully not. Okay. Flooded Courtyard. You know, I could always just go do a native game. Heart of the Jungles left? No. Snowy Mountains left. I forgot one in Mountains. Monoliths. Spinge's Lair. Cavern? No, shouldn't be. I just did that one. Teleport can be. White Valley. Oh.
Oh.
That's far.
Can you do it? Is the question.
So I'm sure Ripper's gonna agree with me. Teleport, right? Oh, estimate was 135, not 140. All right, yeah, no, we'll stop here. We'll stop here. Unfortunate. It happens. Oh, I can go ahead?
Yay. You got
Okay.
this.
All right. I'll be as quick as I can. So I'm going to use the teleport that's in Underground Dam, which is going to suck because Underground Dam is an area we're really glad we don't do in the run. There's a lot of mercenaries and they are snipers. They're real snipers with their TNTs. So I'm going to go halfway up Underground Dam, use the teleporter, go to Mountain. From Mountain, I just need to dip in really quick in Penguin Den. And from there, if I still have enough time, I'll come back and take my shaman and properly finish a run.
All right, would I have a time for a donation?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, perfect. We have a $50 donation from Willow the Whisperer SR saying, "Boss rush, boss rush, boss rush," which is bringing us that much closer to Axiom Verge Randomizer boss rush. Thank you so much, Willow.
Good. Him. Oh, almost got hit. I could die at any point now. Should be fine though. The teleporter is right here. Yep, teleport to Mountain is what I agreed as well. Alright. So we'll teleport, I'll take a heal, jump in Penguin Den, come back, and I just need to do what I just did backwards, which is much faster backwards.
Is it fairly easy to forget idols?
Extremely easy.
Oh no. Oh, I feel the pain of the resets.
Yeah, there's what, 138 idols, I believe?
Holy.
If you don't count the one we can technically do.
That is a lot of idols. No, yet I can see why it's easy to forget one or two.
Yeah. Alright, there it is.
Hey.
You know what? I should have checked this one first. That's like a super common one to forget.
Oh, it's because it's behind a ice patch, huh?
Yeah, you just get in Penguin Den and you get so minded of I don't want to get hit by penguin. I don't want to die in penguin. Then you just forget and you.
So what
You
you're
run through.
saying is, at the end of the day, blame the penguins.
Exactly.
Perfect.
All right, we're not worried back now. This is why I must kill the animals. You know what, Steg? You're right. Kill the animals.
Oh, well, maybe just the penguins.
It's collateral damage. All right. I'm back in jungle, right? Right? No, underground, which is where I want to be. Okay. Oh. You just destroy my platform, then fine. And I should have not jumped there yet. There we go. Now's where I use the raft. Fun fact, it's actually possible to enter the dam without the raft. But so far, it's only been done with fast tools. I don't think someone has ever done it in one go without any save states. But you basically go out of bounds, jump on a bunch of rocks, and jump under the water, so you don't hit the electric heels.
So how long until the run?
Like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Almost there.
Yeah. All right, and I'm in 3, 2, 1, time. Yay!
We did it! We found the idol!
We found the idol! All right, and that's it. That's a run. I won't take much more of your time now, since I already went over. But yeah, that's Pitfall: The Lost Expedition, 100%, or 18 shamans as I like to call it. I seriously, if you liked what you've seen, I really invite you to try this game out. It is the movement is really great. It is satisfying, and yeah, check out the Discord. All right,
Awesome.
see you.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
All right. And that was Avasam with the Pitfall. Oh boy, the pesky idol, huh? But that's okay. We got that run going. The Lost Expedition, 100%. What an amazing run. Thank you so much. We're going to be moving into an intermission. And then up next, we have some Metroid.